Watch me ride.
Hey everybody, first video I've made at night for a long time. It's also has been peeing it down. So apologies if you can't see too much, but there's not a lot I can do about it. Oh, is it a bike or a car? It's a bike. Anyway, to the subject of the video which you're waiting to hear, which is Battlefield 5. I bought it a while ago. I was going to buy it when it first came out, and I was like, do you know what? With all the stuff, all the people moaning and stuff, I was like, oh, I was slightly put off. I don't know. And it was 50 something quid, and I was like, no, I'm not justifying that. But anyway, when I saw it was reduced to 35 very quickly, I thought, you know, fine, I will get it. Now to qualify, I have played quite a few of the Battlefields. I do think that probably 4 was the best one. I just loved it back then, but then maybe it's rose-tinted glasses, who knows. But I've also played Battlefield 1 quite a bit, and frankly Battlefield 1 frustrates me a lot. I don't know what it is about it. It's something about the maps. I can never seem to learn them. I never seem to be able to not be snuck up from behind. I just didn't really. It was good to play, but I never really got that good at it. Like the horses and stuff, Jesus, that was just, I didn't understand that one. And whenever a horse went near me, I only had to slightly neigh in my direction and I'd be dead. I get on the thing and I can't hurt anyone. Plus, of course, they're frigging juggernauts. And if you have one of the underpowered rifles and you just shoot them again and again and again and again and again, and they don't die, and you just keep shooting them. But obviously there are no horses in Battlefield 5. Battlefield, is it 5? Is it Victory? I don't know. Some people have said about that. I assume it's 5. I would have said it was 5. The single player was interesting. It was different to what I was expecting. But it was interesting that they were trying to tell a story with each little mini story, as it were, and although in places it got a little bit tedious and wasn't too interesting, it was interesting in the fact that you could do it in a different way. It wasn't like, see, one of the things I hate about the Call of Duty single player modes is the fact that it feels like you're literally just like, go left, go right, do this, press X, do that. It's just so like you're just it's playing itself almost. But what's nice with the Battlefield 5 single player, I found, is that you can approach it from different directions. And yeah, the AI of the other characters, if it's AI or wherever it is a little dumb at times. Okay, where was I? I think I pretty much finished talking about the single player. It was interesting, it was a bit different, but it was a little bit, I don't know, lacking, I don't know. It wasn't amazing, but it was playable. I enjoyed doing it. I can't say that I'd want to go back through it and do it again, necessarily. But of course it's all about the multiplayer, isn't it? Because that's the thing we really enjoy the most. We get angry at the most. So as for the online, I've actually really enjoyed it. Now I will say here, I've got no bias on this. I don't really care about the whole, the whole controversy to do with the female character they put in it, and all the other stuff to do with the games company. I'm not a huge gamer. I just like playing games, and to me, it was enjoyable to play. It is enjoyable to play, should I say. I'm getting better at it. I'm finding that I'm able to learn the maps a little easier. One of the things that's helping that is I'm playing mostly Squad Conquest. I find that to be it's a nice sized map. There's a nice amount of people. There is an amount of cooperation that goes on, which is amazing. Although waiting for a revive is like waiting for HMRC to answer the phone. Yeah, it's never going to happen. But when you do get a good little squad, I mean, I don't use a headset, so I don't talk to these people. And you just understand, you work together, you follow each other, you spawn on each other, you cover different areas. You don't really need to communicate to understand. It's like, well, I'm watching this direction, you watch that direction. That was a big pot of white paint. The tanks are quite enjoyable to use. They're not too invincible, but you can, if you get the right position, you get a good line of sight on something, and you just absolutely hammer the crap out of the base, you can get a good score getting up. If they keep spawning there stupidly, not thinking that, yeah, the tank that's on the hill is going to just keep shooting. The fact that you run out of ammunition and have to go and resupply is another interesting factor I didn't know about until I was playing it the other day and was like, why can't I shoot anymore? The planes seem okay. As I say, I'm not highly critical. I haven't played every single game out there, so I'm just saying, like, I played it, did I enjoy it? I have played other Battlefields, Call of Duties and stuff, so, you know. One of the things I do really like is the gun selection's quite good, and I do like the way that you can work towards getting upgrades for each gun. It felt like the old ones. It's a slog, and I don't think there's any. Well, there is ways of shorting that, isn't it? You can just pay. Can you buy stuff, or is that just skins? But I'm not massively fussed if someone's paid to get a gun sooner. If you want that gun, you can work towards it. Like, yeah, okay. I know, it can be frustrating at times in these games. It's very easy to blame it on, you know, oh, they got this, they got that. And I found that some of the first guns you get are actually pretty good. So, you know, no complaints. God. Did you get there? I definitely needed that downshift then. It was not me being childish. I have, as I say, I feel like I've been able to learn the maps better, as I say. I think that's because they're slightly smaller in Squad Conquest, aren't they? Something like that. I do still find I keep getting shot from behind, and you get those situations, there's 20 guys around you, and you get one guy walks around the corner, and you're like, how did no one see him? But it comes down to the players, I think, you're playing with. If you've got an organised squad, you're talking to each other, you can absolutely lay waste to people. Just a little bit of communication. I'm kind of stuck here. And while still talking about the guns, I love the selection they've got. They've got the authentic right guns, pretty much. The ones that, you know, I've watched a lot of Forgotten Weapons over the years. I don't know if you've ever watched that YouTube channel. Very interesting if you're interested in firearms and the history and stuff. But it's interesting to like play using those guns that you've seen him talk about. You've seen in the history books and stuff. You know, it's just interesting. And they seem to have got like the mechanics of the way that the guns work nice and accurate. A lot of the things that they were known for seem to be pretty well replicated in the game. They even got the sounds pretty good, like the Shoshaw has this particular noise, and it's and they reproduce it quite accurately, I think. I might be completely wrong, but from I've heard them being fired, and it sounds like it's got the same sort of shrunk sound. Yes, I am coming to Tesco's. I need to get food for me in Reno. I should have left ages ago and done this today rather than this evening, but things took time. Christ, someone put me in charge of 4 wheels. This is not good. Once more into the fray. Where was I? So yeah, the gun selection, you know, it seems alright. I wish there was a bit more variety in some places, but in each class I've been able to find a gun which seems to just work for me better than everything else, and I'm enjoying using it, so I'm enjoying playing the game. This normally always ends up being semi-automatic rifles rather than fully automatic stuff. Mid-range sights. Is it the Gewehr 47? 42? Trying to remember the Gewehr, the one that is in the assault class. That, I love that gun. Simple ghost ring sight, and I find I can hit anyone at any range. It's just easy to work out the difference and get a good shot on them. And it's 2-3 shot kill, 2 shot of his head, unless they're a bit injured already. The self-healing thing and all the building stuff and all that, that's all quite interesting and enjoyable to use, and god damn it. And there's also the Tides of War sort of multiplayer storyline. It's not storyline, you know, set of challenges and stuff. That seems enjoyable to watch. I think you get a week to do each challenge, like all these different things. So it gives you a target to do something. It's not just playing to get a KD or get a score or whatever. You actually feel like you're working towards something, and in doing that, it unlocks quite a lot of stuff as well. So yeah, as an overall game, I am enjoying it so far. I say I'm not really taking into account any of the stuff to do with the makers of said game and what they've done with people in the past or games or whatever, because frankly I don't know. I just know everyone's mad at all of them, it seems. Doesn't matter who it is, everyone's mad at you. If you make a game, we're mad at you. However, I will talk about the fact that there are women soldiers in it, and I don't have a problem with it. Yes, it's not authentic, and if you're truly interested in the authenticness of the story to history, then yeah, I guess that guy really is in a hurry, isn't he? Then yeah, I guess you could be annoyed at that. And some of the screams and stuff are utterly ridiculous. When you shoot someone, you know, this blood-curdling woman scream. I mean, it's cool, and I like all the, you know, the effects of it, and the way that it's the English countryside is really nice as well. You know, there's that one where it's all yellow fields, and it feels very much like the English countryside, and I understand how I'd move around in that sort of terrain. You know, I'd go through the bushes, hide in the bushes. But yeah, I do agree that it doesn't make entire sense to have blood-curdling women's screams between everything. But equally, I don't think they're saying, like, this is the history, this is what happened. It's just they were trying to be more inclusive. Maybe it was trying to bring more women into gaming or something. I don't know. I thought there were a pretty good percentage of women in gaming these days. I don't know. I don't really know, and I don't really care. I can understand the annoyance that they seem to make this game to an agenda, or to try and make some political statement with it. And they were trying to play on, you know, topics which are a little bit controversial, which is something I just wouldn't have gone down that road. It seems like a very silly idea to do that, and it proved to be a very silly idea to do that. And then the whole, like, basically, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it thing. Oh, you idiots, you don't say that to people. I can tell you now, there are people out there who would have bought the game and enjoyed it and been like, yeah, you know, it's not that bad. But they didn't, because in defiance of someone saying that to you. And it's almost like, oh, shut up and sit down, you're going to buy the game anyway, peasant. You know you are. But part of the reason why I'm not that fussed about the inaccuracies of having women in it, apart from the fact that I just don't really care enough, it's just a game, is the fact that, like, you can be on the German team, hear an MG42 firing at you, which is very recognisable, going back to the talking of the sound of the guns. Yeah, pretty good. Sounds about right. Don't know if the firing rate seems quite fast enough, but it's got that distinctive sound. Well, when you hear an American soldier using an MG42, you don't know if they're your side or not. I suppose someone could have picked it up in the battlefield, etc, etc, but you can spawn in with, like, you know, you can be on the American team and get the MG42, can't you? I might be wrong. It seems stupid if that's the case, but I got this feeling I've been in the American sort of team and seen it as an option. You all will probably know better than me. You all probably have a better opinion on this than me. I don't know, I'm just a guy who plays a few games, and lots of people said, hey, I'd love to know what you think of it. And I'm like, well, I'm not really a gamer. I'm not a game reviewer. I don't think I can critique it and really pay attention to the things that make games fair and unfair and enjoyable and not enjoyable to play. I just play it and sort of saying what I think of it so far. So far, I like it. If I was going to give it a score, maybe a 7 out of 10. You know, it's not blown me out of the park yet, but it might get better. I think the skins on the guns are quite stupid, but I do understand that with a game like that, you can't really keep getting in-game purchases unless you start extending the skins, or you know, a lot of the fact that the skins are so expensive for what the guns are like. I really don't care what my gun looks like. I mean, yeah, okay, I'll use the whatever ones I unlock, but I am never going to pay money to have a different face paint. Maybe if you're more serious about it, you would. I could understand that. I didn't manage to get onto Twitch this weekend, which is slightly annoying, but I had other stuff I needed to get done, and I just knew if I was wasted, well, not wasted, but if I spent time doing that, I wouldn't get other stuff done. Blah, whatever. I will do it one day this week. There's a day coming up I've got my eyes on, and I'm planning to... That's the night, but I'm not going to say yet. So yeah, if you don't know, I have a Twitch channel. You can find link in the description. And thank you to the few people that have subscribed to me using their Twitch, Twitch Prime. You know, if you have an Amazon account, a Prime account, you can give a free subscription each month to a Twitch streamer, and you can do that for me, and some few people have, and that's very kind of you. Thank you. At the moment, I'm playing Wolfenstein, whatever it is, 2 on there, but I am probably going to interlace that with some Battlefield multiplayer, because I feel like I've got to a point now that I don't feel incredibly embarrassed if I die a lot. And there's a lot of people who said, well, you know, it's fine, I like watching other people fail. It's like, well, yeah, but there's only so far you can go with that. I did terribly on Battlefield 1. Just never really got on with it. So yeah, Battlefield 5 vs Battlefield 1, 100 to 150%. Battlefield 5, just for me, I don't know why, I can't put my finger on it, and if it's the maps or what. But yeah, much prefer it. For 35 quid, I'm very happy with the game, and I'm going to get many hours of playtime out of it. And it still seems to be like progressing. There's more stuff to unlock. It looks like it's going to keep me entertained going through the multiplayer for a good while. So as far as the game goes, putting all of the other stuff aside, as a game to pick up play, if you didn't know about all the other bits and pieces and stuff that went along with all the controversies to do with the game, I think it's a fairly solid game. Now, I will caveat that with, as I've said, I'm not a games reviewer, I'm not a gamer as such, I just play games. There's very possibly some huge flaws in the game, like, I don't know, some guns being too powerful or something, but I haven't discovered that yet, because if I knew, I'd bloody well be using them. If you can't beat them, join them. I do like the pistol grenade thing, actually. I don't know if I actually fully recognise that as being a real thing. I'll have to look into it. But it is almost like the noob tube of... what games you had the first noob tube? Rainbow Six Vegas. I remember there was a gun in that. It was either a shotgun or a grenade launcher, and it was called the noob tube. I'm sure was that where noob tube first came from? Because you could just obliterate people with a thing. Yes, there is an amount of you shoot them 50 times and they don't seem to die, they shoot you twice. I mean, some of that I don't get. Maybe it's because they say you're using underpowered guns and that's part of it. I still don't actually understand how you use the V1 rocket thing. I don't know how you call them in or how that's controlled. I've got to watch a video to find out how that all works. Because, well, maybe I'm just not good enough to know because it's not unlocked yet. Ah! Anyway, well there you go, there's my thoughts, and as I say, don't take it too seriously, it's just how I found the game. What does my opinion matter? Anyway, thanks for your support, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye! If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.